Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to AdriRaven. Thanks for your support, Adri. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker, as once again we resume our exploration of the Troll King's fortress. First things first, let's take a closer look at that Commandant's journal we found last week. With any luck, that might give us a better idea of what we need to do here. The tome is made of a high-quality parchment and bound in a good leather, but it's torn apart and stained with mud. Most of the pages are missing. There is an inscription on the inner part of the cover, written by a steady hand. This journal belongs to Rodvig Langabuk, the 4th Commandant of the Bronze Shield Fortress. Erastus, 4498. Today my father, Unthal Langabuk, has handed me the command over the Bronze Shield Fortress and headed home to the Five Kings Mountains. He said he's become too old and hoped to die in his old place, in his homeland mines, not in this Torag-forgotten land. He's left his post, and many of the defenders disapproved. But as for me, I don't blame him. I gave him my last farewells and returned to the fortress, which is mine from now on. Lamishan, 4498. Lots of carts on the road. They carry grains, vegetables, meat. Lamishan is a good month. Tolls this month always bring good profits, even when the year is poor. Too bad that's not enough to compensate for everything we spend on food during the other months. Otherwise, we could make the annual balance zero at least. The Road of Shields has made us bankrupt. For 300 years now, our 3 clans have been guarding human lives at our own expense. Kuthona, 4498. Even the winter is not a real winter in this god-forsaken land. When was the last time I saw the snow? I mean, real snow, like home in the Five Kings Mountains. Not this pathetic excuse for snow that falls here from time to time. Local villagers could have gathered 4 harvests this year if they weren't so lazy and worked a trifle harder. The winter is too weak in the river kingdoms. Damned rivers don't freeze hard enough for our road to be able to compete with them as the best trade route. What was King Talric thinking when he ordered the construction of an overland road in a place called the River Kingdoms? Well, maybe he thought of fame for the Dwarven people, dreaming of regaining our former glory. Maybe he hoped that the locals would abandon river routes infested by pirates for the safety of our track, with its fortresses and watchtowers. At least I know for sure what our grandfathers and fathers were thinking, that too many resources and too much effort had already been invested in this road to just abandon the project. They were hoping something would change, and the gold would flow to our pockets in steady streams, just like King Talric had promised. So they just went on spending our money, efforts, years, and lives. Abadius, 4499. Dwarves are patient, but there is a limit to every patience. The treasury of the Langabuk clan is almost empty, and I know for sure that the Waradashes and Skaggies are doing no better than we are. It's ridiculous and bitter to recollect that while building this fortress, our ancestors had made several secret rooms to store the future immeasurable treasures. It's impossible to deny it. We are the last generation of the Road Shields. If some wonder fails to happen in the near future, we'll have to return to the Five Kings Mountains in shame. Farast, 4499. Disturbing news comes from Rostland. Hordes of barbarians plunder its lands. The Sword Lords beg for help no one is able to give them. We scarcely have enough resources to keep garrisons at the fortresses. If Rostland falls, what happens to the trade? Who in the whole world will need the Shield Road? The rest of the pages are missing. Interesting. Not a lot of immediately useful information, but it does give us a glimpse at the backstory behind the Dwarven Keep and the ruined watchtower. It also tells us to keep an eye out for more secret doors, though I think it's safe to say we'd be doing that anyway. Oh.
I don't like surprises.
Fall back.
I wrote it like I saw it.
I'm open to your orders.
A calculated risk.
Just said exposed.
Very nice. I was a little worried we'd accidentally trip that trap, but looks like it worked out. Lindsay?
What troubles you?
Not bad. Nothing that'll make us rich, but still, every little bit helps. Another unfortunate traveler, and another Dwarven key. You know, it's possible we're actually using these things to open some of these doors, but it doesn't really make that very clear.
All according to plan.
There's another disc. The Sun Disc. Definitely part of the same puzzle. Still no idea how to resolve it, though. There's the main entrance hall again. No obvious way down. Oh. Nagrundi. That appears to be a named troll. A troll with ranger levels. Basically the evil opposite of Ekundeo.
In due time.
Alright, well, we can't talk to this guy, so I think it's fair to assume he's some sort of mini-boss. Let's toss up a few more buffs before we take a run at him.
Anything is possible.
Just need to make sure we're not stacking redundant buffs here. Okay, I think we're good.
Be on guard. I will protect.
This will hurt. I didn't even break a sweat.
Well, that was a little easier than expected. I guess that's what happens when you're packing acid weapons. Nothing of note on him, though.
What a find!
Another fragment of the Dwarven helm. How many of those things do we have at this point, anyway? 8 of them. I can't remember if the storyteller told us we needed 8 or 10 of these things. Either way, we're getting pretty close. +1 shield. We've already got something better, though. Looks like that covers pretty much the entire first floor. We do still have this entrance hall down here, but I don't think we can actually get there from where we are. Let's just head down to the second floor instead. I'm sure there's an alternate access point. Level 2. I'm sure the fights just get tougher from here on out.
Follow my lead.
Keep your eyes open.
Let's try this way.
Alright, well, they're obviously starting us off easy.
That is not far.
Don't be fooled, my friends. They're just trying to lull us into a false sense of security. Oh, hey, non-hostile kobolds. That's a good sign.
In due time.
Ah, it's Jason again. Hopefully we can keep this from turning violent. You see a troll who looks familiar. He was the one who greeted you at the lair's entrance. You believe his name was Jason. He and some other trolls are surrounded by the gang of kobolds. Noticing you, Jason turns and bares his teeth. Borba came already. You like killing troll and kobold, Borba. Now Jason kill you. His muscles bulge under his thick pelt, and his eyes are dark with anger. Oh boy, not seeing much in the way of good options here. I didn't want to fight. They attacked me first. Borba lie. Borba come here on his own. I tell Borba go away. The troll looks at you and snarls with contempt. We kill you now, Borba, but we no beasts anymore. We no eat your corpse. We bury it in some place. Let other Borba come to that place. Kobold, run! Trolls, der Borba! The trolls roar loudly, so loudly dust falls from the ceiling. Several kobolds heed Jason and run, but the rest gather beside the trolls. A withered kobold, clad in a stained rug, steps forward. Mens, Tartuk, menace, he hisses. Tartuk, kobolds, peace, mens, deaths. Come on, really? Alright, let's do this. Well, let's hope they try to surrender.
They go down!
Let's get a Miri on those casters.
Good.
There will be. Definitely will be.
Oh, Jason is tearing Harem apart. I should have guessed he'd have class levels. I definitely underestimated him.
Cannot hide from me.
You deserved it.
Oh, well, that would explain it. Looks like he turned off defensive fighting somehow. Almost. There we go. Sorry, Jason. Well, so much for sparing those guys. Didn't really give me much choice, though.
Grotus awaits us.
Man, I feel awful. Thanks, Kingmaker.
Well, sorry, was lost.
Oh well, what's done is done. Sorry, Jason. Sorry, adorable old Kobold. I think we can all agree that Hargulka is the one who's really to blame for this. At least, that's what I'm telling myself. +3 hide. Not bad, but still not good enough to bother using. Ooh, that belt of incredible dexterity, though. We might actually have a use for that. Let's have a quick look at our inventory here. Yeah, we don't have much use for that hide armor, but that belt is a good fit for a Kundeo. Alright, moving on. Look, this is the rune of the Langabuk clan. The rune of the Langabuk clan. Their whole clan must have perished many years ago. Now we know the place where their path ended. Let Grotus wrap them up in his eternal emptiness. Harem reaches his hand forwards, as if trying to touch the rune. But at the last moment, he jerks his fingers away. Do you know anything about this clan? Harem nods with dignity, pulling his beard again. Dwarves have long, long lives. When my father was still young, he saw the Langabuk's exodus from Five Kings Mountains. They were heading to the north. The whole city had gathered then to wave goodbye to them. No one ever saw them again. Now I know what horrible fate befell over their poor souls. For all we know, the dwarves just left. We can't be so sure about their deaths. Harem sighs with sadness. We know they had left, and we know they never returned to the Dwarven kingdom in the south. So, what do you imagine could happen to them? Harem shakes his head resignedly, his beard making a slight rustling sound while moving over his chest. No, Silverleaf, all your hopes are empty, as are any hopes in the world, I must add. Why does this rune shine? Dwarves like to mark the walls of their fortresses and caves. They use their clan rune for this purpose. Usually, they enchant their rune to spread light, so the dwarves can proudly observe it, even in the total darkness. Harem examines the rune one more time. Where is all your pride now, O Langabuk clan? As far as I have heard, there is a big dwarven clan, the Langabuk, somewhere in Druma. I guess they own some sort of trade caravan business. They even have a store in Restov, supposedly. So they didn't perish yet after all. What a shame. Harem lets out a discontented sigh. Anyway, every living creature is bound to die, he claims. But without too much certainty. Interesting. It's taking a while, but it does look like we're making some sort of progress with them. Though, I could certainly live without these rude default responses. The game really seems to want to give Harem a hard time. Well, I'm sure it'll all work out. In the end.
All according to plan.
This requires your attention.
Oh, a shocking light crossbow. That is a very good find. Yeah, Lindsay's already got a flaming light crossbow, but that's not as useful against the branded trolls we're going up against. It does leave us with the flaming crossbow, but we don't really have anyone in our current lineup who uses crossbows. I guess we can just give it to Tristan once we've got him back in the party. I suppose another option is actually giving Lindsay multiple crossbows. Then she could switch between them, depending on the tactical situation. Something to think about.
Let's finish them quick.
Whoa. Okay, I don't remember that being there before. Okay, well, it has been a while since I've played my test campaign, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't there the last time I passed through. Yeah, I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure these things weren't actually added until Varnhold's Lot came out. That's pretty sneaky.
My search was not in vain.
Anything else?
Man, they were not kidding about those hidden doors. I think the guys who built this place might have gotten a little carried away.
Applause, please.
Oh, I don't like surprises.
Applause, please.
More trolls. Nothing we can't handle.
Any last wishes?
Running won't help you!
Ooh, yeah, that's a little heavier than usual.
This should do it.
Took a few hits, but nothing to really worry about. We'll have to rest soon anyway. We need to refresh those new spell slots. And another trap with monsters on the other side. Alright, let's have Lindsay sneak up there and take care of that for us.
Their sight betrays them.
I wonder what these guys are doing.
Anything else?
First time we've seen spiders in this dungeon.
Ready for anything?
At least they had the common decency to cluster up for us.
To victory!
Oh, I see. There's a kobold back there.
An expected outcome.
If you say so. I think that was another misfiring encounter. The spiders were probably supposed to be attacking the kobold. Really, though, they should probably just stop giving keys to kobolds. Never seems to turn out well.
Applause, please.
Ah, chainmail +2. Well, unfortunately, much like the hide, I think that's actually inferior to what we've already got. Well, maybe we'll give it to Jathal.
As it should be.
Even more trolls.
In due time.
Well, let's do it.
Nowhere to run.
Huh. I was really expecting more to come charging out of the shadows.
That is not far.
Oh, wow. This room is way bigger than I thought it was. I'll have to be careful here. The last thing we want is to run into Hargulka before we're ready. This troll treasury reminds you of a city dump. Broken tables, smashed cupboards, doors ripped from their hinges, all taken from raids on human villages. And that's piece number 10. We have to have all of them by now.
Follow my lead.
And Lindsay was called forth.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little nervous here. Let's have Lindsay scout ahead.
And so they walked on.
Oh, hey, there's the second half of that journal. This tome has no beginning, and most pages are missing. Its high-quality parchment is stained so thickly you can barely read it. Serenith, 4499. Rostland is in flames. The barbarians brought some dragons along. Instead of traders, there are crowds of hungry, tattered, wounded refugees moving along the Shield Road. Thanks to us, they can at least be safe from the bandits. But it can't go on like this any longer. All 3 clans are utter bankrupts now. We're still here only because no one wants to lose face and leave first. Eridus, 4499. News arrived from the Silver Shield Fortress. Waradashes are leaving. Everyone curses them, but I'm secretly grateful. They've covered themselves in shame, but let the others keep face. Some try to look bold and claim Shaggies and Langabucks will manage without them, but everyone knows this is just empty bravado. This is the end of the Shield Road. Torosh, 4499. We are gathering our possessions and get ready to seal the fortress. For a long, long time, for centuries or even millennia, until the day our descendants will come back here to claim what belongs to them. We must leave a lot behind. Well, at least we can properly use all these secret rooms. It's especially sad to leave the Searing Palm. There's no second furnace like this in the whole River Kingdoms. It wouldn't be a shame to offer Torag himself to work with it. So many enchanted arrows, swords, axes we have created in this furnace. So many trolls were eliminated by that enchanted burning steel. Alas, we can't take the furnace with us. We can only hope some trespassers won't find this fortress, and even if they do, they won't be able to get inside. We'll also have to leave behind the treasure hidden in the place near the watchtower. It can only be opened by representatives of all 3 clans together when they unite their keys, and Waradashes took theirs with them when they left. Well, they had every right to do it. The last secret room was sealed by old Alls, master of complex mechanisms. He didn't even tell me how this machinery works, just smirked like a madman and mumbled something about the sun that meets guests of the keep and the moon that faces the sky furnace. Lamashon, 4499. We are leaving the fortress, which had been guarded by 3 generations of our ancestors for 300 years. We're walking back the road, paved by our great-grandfathers, the road we dedicated our lives to. Shield Road has become the road of shame to us. Not everyone succumbed to disgrace. The few desperados called themselves the Last Shields and took an oath to defend the road until their last breath. They are the ones who harbor the very spirit of the dwarves King Talric had strived to restore. Those are the best among us. Too bad they will have to die alone in the wilderness. The young Mork is one of them. He declined blank to leave his post at the watchtower. I left Langabuck's key to him. We hardly have anyone more worthy to keep it. Old Gaugen Skeggy stays with him, claiming that he would better die as an old stubbornhead than as a coward. I have nothing to answer to this. We've let our king and our ancestors down. Farewell, Bronze Shield Fortress. Sleep well and dream of the day the dwarves will return. Interesting. Again, that's a lot of fascinating backstory for the local Dwarven ruins, but more importantly, I think that's a pretty vital clue for the puzzle upstairs.
Would you look at that?
And another Dwarven key. Man, these things are really going to start cluttering up our inventory. Alright, let's not tempt fate here. Okay, let's do this.
I'm open to your orders.
A calculated risk.
I am ready to meet my end. Are you?
Oh my, that is more trollhounds than expected.
I'm writing you out of our story.
Yikes. Nicely done.
All according to plan.
My search was not in vain.
I see something.
In
I
due
don't
time.
like surprises.
You know what? Let's double back to the entrance real quick. I definitely want to check out that entrance chamber before we run into Hargulka.
Interesting.
Nice. There's another door. Let's see where that one takes us.
As it should be.
Are you? You've got to be kidding me. All right, well, back the way we came. On the bright side, that'll give us a chance to check out this hallway here. Oh, yeah. This looks a little more promising.
That is not far.
My search was not in vain.
A kobold shaman, clad in long flowing robes, swaggers back and forth before the gathered trolls and kobolds. His posture is proud, strict, and imbued with dignity. Borba words. Listen closely and speak after. Speak, the kobold student echoes shrilly, then snorts in what might be a laugh. The shaman stares at the student for a while, hissing wordlessly, then turns to the others. Gulb. Eat. Gulb. Eat. Eats. Borba. Meat. Meats. Excuse me? You know what? A lot of the things we've been hearing from trolls suddenly make a lot more sense. Borba. Meat. The shaman turns and sees you. His eyes go wide, and he points his finger at you. Terborba. Kill meats. Well, this was very educational. It does make me wonder, though, if Jason actually believed anything he was saying. Oh well, guess it really doesn't matter now. Kill meat.
Who will prevail? Doesn't matter.
Okay, let's fall back into the hall here and make them come after us. Oh, they've got visual. Let's fall back a little further.
This will hurt.
Let's take out that shaman.
A troop.
All right, let's mop these guys up.
I grant you death.
Fairy Tales of Avestan. I think we've actually seen this one before. The River Freedoms. We've definitely seen that one before. Chronicle of Blades. Okay, so he basically has a cross-section of local literature. That makes sense. Nice. That's a lot of masterwork gear. For some reason, the trolls haven't broken this piece of dwarven art.
Look ahead.
Oh, I don't like surprises.
Applause, please.
Ooh. Headband of Inspired Wisdom. Well, I think it's fair to say we're giving that one right to Harem. Yeah, the expert's hat was pretty much just a placeholder anyway. He'll still get a +1 bonus to perception and religion from the headband. Though, we will still get some use out of that hat. Looking good, Ekin.
In due time.
Those statues are pretty conspicuous. I think it's safe to say those are probably linked to the puzzle we saw upstairs.
What's that?
The trolls have not been kind to these strange statues. Their purpose remains unknown. Curious. Very curious. We can't seem to actually interact with these things, but they're clearly designed to rotate, like the symbols we saw upstairs. Though, the fact that they're overlapping actually does make it a little more complicated. You know what? Let's go ahead and hit the pause button. It's a little out of our way, but I'd like to run back up top and take another look at those discs. The Commandant did imply that this thing was used to secure the last of the secret rooms. Oh, actually, looks like we're already past the 40-minute mark, so I think this is a good place to end the episode instead. We'll hit the pause button for now, but we'll pick up here next time as we solve this puzzle, and then continue our search for Hargulka. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, the official Discord channel, the official Facebook page, the official Twitter feed, the fan-run wikis, or the original crowdfunding campaign over on Kickstarter. Links are in the description.